What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Patio. My name's Jake. You're watching Rum and Cook, and today on the channel we're breaking out the Komodo Kamado. We're doing half-pound smoked burgers. Now the smoke today, already got the cold smoker going. We're using a blend of cherry pellets and Jack Daniel's wood chips. Just like anything else, your drinks, your seasoning, whatever, you can mix up your wood a little bit. So we've got some cherry in there to give it some color, and more, probably a 25-75% mix of Jack Daniel's, and that's really going to be the star of the flavor there. The star of the show, though, we got 1.75 pounds of ground meat here. I just picked this up at the butcher. It is a burger blend, and it is equal parts of chuck ribeye and short rib. So 80-20 fat ratio, so we're right there where we want. This is a great blend. I do like it. I was going to break out the meat grinder for this video, but the weather's not cooperating. Now, right now it looks like it's sunny. I have waited out a thunderstorm and a rainstorm to get to this point, and we got black clouds coming over there. So I'm trying to squeeze this in. Didn't do a video last week, so we're trying to get this done. A little bit of Lean Parents here. I'm also going to put in some Killer Hogs Texas brisket rub. This has just got salt, pepper, garlic, a little bit of seasonings. We're not going to go heavy on it. Just want to add a little bit of internal seasoning to it. And I like Worcestershire sauce on my beef. I like it in my burgers, like it on my steak. So put a little bit of that in there. I actually brought out a little bit of the powder because the powder is nice too. Of course, I should open this before I put a glove on. Got a nice little inhale of that. That reminds me of like the old cinnamon challenge. But we're just gonna put a little sprinkle of this. I'll put a link down below. This stuff is great. It adds a good flavor in there. A little bit on the other side. It's a really, really fine powder, like finer than sand. You guys have seen me using a couple of videos, but I do like it. We're back in the summer. The flies are out. A little bit more seasoning on this side. We're good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take an onion, and I've got kind of a coarse grater here. And for years, I would slice my onions up real fine and put them inside the burgers. But what would happen there is a lot of times my burgers would fall apart. So with this is just a yellow onion. You can take whatever onion you prefer. But this makes a little white paste here. You can see it build up here. And this just melts into your burger. So it's got some great flavor. You're not going to need all this. And we're just going to mix that in. All right, so now we've got a good consistency there. And like I said, this is 1.75 pounds, so I'm making 3 burgers here. One for my wife, one for me, and they're going to be damn good, so I'm making an extra one so I can eat it later. And that's about right. So these would be just over a half pound each. Now, if your wife's anything like mine, she's not going to eat this whole thing. But we've got a nice sized patty. Now, if you were going to just straight up grill these things, a good trick is once you get them pressed in the shape, throw them back in the fridge for a little while. Preheat your barbecue after you got your burgers prepped, and that'll just help them hold the shape a little bit better. But because we're going to smoke these, They're gonna have lots of time to set up. And this is right out of the fridge anyhow. So they are cold. You want it cold, right? We're gonna smoke, so we want cold meat will absorb more smoke flavor. So let's get these guys on. I got my ThermalWorks Smoke X sitting there in the back just so I can monitor the temperatures. And we're gonna cook these in the smoke at 250. Want to keep it nice and low because I want to give it a chance to absorb as much smoke as possible. And we're probably gonna cook them to maybe 125, 130 for this step. I'll show you why. Now, I don't typically like a pink burger. I know it's crazy. I'm the odd man out when it comes to red meat in a burger for some reason. You know, I'll eat it if it's you know slightly pink, but for the most part, I don't like a rare burger or anything like that. So you know, if you like it that way, what I would maybe do is take it down to maybe 115, maybe 120, and when you see the next step, you'll understand why. So I'll bring you back as soon as we get up to temp. It's been 35 minutes. The burgers are done. They're right around 130. They're looking delicious. Yeah, 130, 132. They're looking really good. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull these off. We're gonna open up the vents. We've got yet another thunderstorm coming in. That's why my laptop is right here. Middle of the umbrella is the safest. But we're gonna pull these off and let this get the temperature, and then I'm gonna show you the next steps. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna open up this vent. We can open up the bottom. I'm gonna pull it out. I don't know what the weather's gonna do. So we're trying to get this up to temperature right now. We're gonna let these rest. I'm gonna move them inside briefly, and we're trying to get the dome temperature up to right around 450 or so. And once we get there, I'll bring you back and we'll get on the next steps. It's been 6 minutes. We're up to temp now. Dome temp's almost 500, right where we want it. Luckily, the thunderstorm came over us and went that way, so we're not doing too bad. We're gonna make it through. But right here, what I didn't tell you early on is I've only using half this, right? This has got the basket splitter in it. We're using half. So these were in the cold zone the entire time. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put these, that's the sound we want, over top of the hot zone now. And we're gonna let those cook for a little bit. We're probably gonna do 2-3 minutes aside, maybe as much as 4. We'll see what the color looks like, but we're gonna keep kind of flipping them around and turning them. And this is something that I started to do recently with steaks. You know, I used to drop my steaks right over top of the super hot sear zone and, you know, as close to charcoal as possible. But what I've noticed, if I raise it up and use a little bit less temperature, it's already super hot, right? It's hotter than the dome, but it allows it to get some more charcoal flavor into it. So we're gonna be doing a reverse sear steak video soon. I wanna show you a couple tricks that I've switched to in the last maybe 5-6 weeks. And just turns out to be a much better steak. So lower temperature and just a longer time right over that charcoal flavor just allows it to get some more flavor into it. Now keep an eye on these because it's still hot over that, right? So you don't want to burn the bottoms. So we're in good shape there. So I just want to make sure there. We're going to give this 2 minutes and then we're going to start flipping. Been 2 minutes, let's have a look. And all we're gonna do here providing we're not burnt, which we're not. Just gonna rotate that around a little bit. So I don't know about you, but I like it when there's a little bit of burnt. Just to me, it adds some texture and some flavor to the outside of the burger that I really enjoy. So that's what we're going for. We're gonna go probably another couple minutes here and then have a look and then flip them. And I'll show you what they look like. You know, this is why I said undercook it to what you want, because you know we're not gonna get a lot of heat inside the burger, but they are gonna definitely go up in temperature a little bit during this process. So I'll bring you back as soon as we give them a flip. All right, been another few minutes. Let's give these guys a turn. That's what we're looking for. So as you can see, they've got some nice charring on the outside. Nice and crispy. That's going to give them some of that texture and flavor in there. We're going to go another 3 minutes. This is getting hot. So maybe another minute and a half before we turn it, and then it'll be time to pull it off. All right, so we're only going to go another couple more minutes. I'm about to put some cheese on it. Got some American cheese here for my wife. She loves cheese on her burger. I'm also sorts of weird and don't like it, but what I do like is some barbecue sauce. This is a Yuengling barbecue sauce. Yuengling is a very popular beer on the East Coast, dubbed as America's oldest brewery, but their barbecue sauce is actually very, very good. So I'm gonna put some of that on there. We're probably about right. This guy is really hot. So I think we're probably just gonna check my other side here. We got everything we're looking for right now. I think we're in good shape. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw some cheese on here. Put some barbecue sauce. And I'm not doing a ton of barbecue sauce. I just want a little bit to give it some extra flavor. Just another little layer. I'm gonna spread it on there pretty thin. Totally optional. We're just gonna move these over. And what I'm gonna do is get our buns here. So I've already gone ahead and buttered these buns just to make it easier. But don't forget, put a little salt and pepper on your buns. An often overlooked step. Throw these guys on there. Get our other ones ready. Close that up. Don't walk away. It's not going to take too long for those to toast. And then I've just got some onion here. I'm just going to warm this up a little bit. Now, had we not had the weather that we had, I would have been doing bacon and a couple other things, but given the scenario, we're working with what we got, and these are going to be good all the same. All right, so these are good. Let's get these off. That one got a little toasty. Whew, that's hot. All right. Now overall, these are looking pretty good. We just need some condiments. Now, my wife has been waiting a long time for this between raindrops and whatnot, so I'm going to run this in. I forgot some pickles, so I'll be right back. All right, so we got a happy wife. I'm going to throw some pickles in here. Looks like a pretty good burger to me. Oh, fail. So, show this to the camera up here. As you can see, that's still super juicy. All right, just a hint of pink there, not much. All right, let's try this bad boy out. My onions are coming off. Whoa, gotta have some onions on there. There we go. Man, this is never gonna come across camera, but look how juicy that is. That's a great burger. That's a great tasting burger. Really happy with that. Juiciness is not gonna come across on the camera, but you got that Texas brisket rub in there with, it's just got some salt, pepper, some garlic, some onion powder, a couple other little seasonings in there just to add some elements in the background. Barbecue sauce doesn't really stand out too much, but then at the end, the smoke just kind of lingers. Like right now in my mouth, I can just taste the smokiness of it. It's subtle, but it nicely complements it. Overall, great burger. Highly recommend you give it a try. That extra time over the higher level above the charcoal really gave it some extra flavor there, so you can taste the lump on it. I definitely do it again. Think you should try it. Thanks as always for watching. If you're not subscribed yet, please don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.